Hello, I'm going to show you how to make homemade Play-Doh. It's a very simple recipe and I've got the things here in front of me, and it works every time as long as you use the same measuring cup. It doesn't matter whether it's small cup, larger cup, but you use the same cup for each ingredient. Okay, I'll run through the ingredients with you. You need 2 cups of plain flour, 1 cup of ordinary table salt, 1 cup of table salt, 2 tablespoons, that's the tablespoon size, that's the big spoon, of oil, sunflower oil, 2 teaspoons, that's the little spoon, of cream of tartar, which you might not have come across, but it's a raising agent. You can get that in the baking section of any supermarket. So that's 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. And then it's 2.5 cups of water, and you can see my water's blue, and that's because I put blue food colouring in it, and that's the colour of the Play-Doh that I'm making today. So 2 cups of water with the food colouring in it, and you can use the liquid little bottles of food colouring, or you can use the paste colouring. So this is my water with the colouring already mixed into it. All of those ingredients go into a medium-sized saucepan, and then you could put that on your ring in a medium heat. So not the highest setting, not the lowest setting, medium heat. And you need to stir and stir and stir. And it can take 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to bring over, I've put my ingredients, I'll move these over here. I've put my ingredients into the saucepan and I've been cooking them. And this is what it looks like after about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I can press it and it doesn't stick to my fingers. It's pulling away from the sides of the pan and it's really stiff. When I put it in, it was really wet and liquidy. So I'm just going to put that back on the ring for a moment. Just give it one more stir. It pulls away from the pan. Switch my cooker off. And then onto my surface, I brought my pan. You think the pan would feel very hot, but it isn't. It's hot to hold, to touch, but not. So I then turn it out onto the surface. Give it a good scrape out because it sort of sticks to the bottom of the pan. Okay, so it's come out in the pan like that. Put that to the side. And the last thing you do is knead it. Push it away from you, roll it away from you. Knead it, give it a really good knead. It's nice and warm, it's lovely, it's very therapeutic. Give it a really good knead till you just bring all the ingredients together and it just gets rid of any lumps that might not have dissolved when it was in the saucepan. And you're done. There it is. Leave it on the surface till it goes completely cold. It's really warm to touch now. So that just stays out in the air on your surface until it goes really cold. And then to use it and to keep it going for your children, it goes into an airtight container with the lid on. Don't put it in straight away, or the heat from the dough will cause it to get condensation, and all your dough goes sticky and wet, and you'll not be able to use it. So it stays out on the surface till it's gone completely cold. And then every time you use it, store it in an airtight container. Put it back in there every time, otherwise it starts to dry out on the surface and then the children can't roll it and play with it and mould it. And if you do that, it will last probably up to 3 weeks using it every day. So let's just run through that once again. All the ingredients: 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, and 2.5 cups of water with the colouring in. All go into your saucepan. Cook that on a medium heat for 10 to 12 minutes. Keep watching it all the time, keep stirring it, And you know it's ready when it's not wet at all, it's not wet on the surface at all, and it pulls away from the sides of the pan. And when you touch it with your fingers, it doesn't stick to them. Turn it out onto your surface, scrape your pan out really well so you get the most of it, and then knead it until it's nice and smooth. Leave it on your surface to cool. When it's completely cold, put it in your airtight container, and then after 2 to 3 weeks of constant use, throw it away and start again. You might find the children try to put it in their mouths, but you can imagine from the amount of salt that's in there, it doesn't taste very nice. So sometimes they try to put it in their mouths, and then they get used to the idea that it doesn't taste nice, and so they don't bother. Thank you. I don't think that's done it wrong. I don't think that's done it because the stop record button was on when I went back to, yeah, like that.